Okay. Is someone online, but either on YouTube or on Twitch, to quickly double check audio for us, please? Oh, that's good, Ross. I'm just saying it's good, no one can see it there. I just want to double check audio before I say too many things and need to repeat myself. Yeah, I kind of need to wait for me to pour my beer before you say something like that.
Only saw them after I started thinking it's the
Do we have a green light? Sorry, I need to mention this before it started.
Mine doesn't want to go in.
It doesn't?
No, my doesn't.
Oh, shucks. Let me check mine now.
So, next time, someone just please be online, just so we can check that. Checking 1 2 1 2. Got it. We have audio. Okay, cool. Thanks, Ross. Appreciate it. Okay, so with the Dice Goblin Towers, it's only dice storage, no miniature and all that other fancy stuff. But it's got a lot of dice storage. So, welcome everyone to the second episode of Curse of Strahd. We have our players back. So, few minor announcements. First, I'm going to start with my own because obviously I am, because it's mine. So I did mention this last week with the Isles of Adamore. The Dice Goblin Tower is officially online, available for retail. Currently, it does show that there is no stock. That is because I haven't been able to produce any yet. However, it is available as a back order, pre-order, call it what you want. So, like I said last week, nice little dice tower part as well as a dice storage part, which includes long-term dungeon as well as a dice throne for your favorite dice. And then short-term holding should you require that in game. I do not recommend storing dice there, as when everything else is closed, that will still flap open and you might end up losing some dice. So please do not use that as long-term punishment for your dice, as they might be punished very long-term. That is available online as we speak. So anyone interested in that, the link is in the description of the video, whether you are on Twitch or on YouTube. So, as is kind of tradition, sort of maybe, we are promoting Drayman's breweries, even though they are not officially paying us to do so. We do this out of our own pockets and the kindness of heart, because those guys really make amazing beer. If you do not believe me, please go and have a taste yourself. Once again, the link is in the description. I've actually done that with him. So tonight's particular delicacy is the Oldstadt Dussel. It is a more middle ground of a beer. So if you enjoy lighter beers and you're not a big fan of darker beers, then this is a good stepping stone. If you're a fan of darker beers, this still has quite a good flavor profile to it. You actually do get something for your drink, and currently it's a little bit difficult to see on camera, but this is actually a Dussel branded glass. So, Draymond's, when you see fit, we would like some beer.
Please. I beg you.
School. To good health. And then I did mention this last week, and it's not as relevant for this week, but if you follow our Isles of Adamore campaign and you enjoy that and you want some of your own Dragonfire whiskey, now this is a custom label that I did for myself, but once again, Drayman's does sell this as their chili whiskey. So go give that a try. It is well worth your while, at least in my opinion.
It is.
And Mike, who's playing in Isles of Adamore as well, will confirm that Even though he's not a chili fan, this is a good whiskey.
I can wholeheartedly agree.
Except for Rhiannon, who was not quite sure what Dragonfire whiskey was until he had the misfortune of tasting it and then apologized publicly
Well,
for making everyone drink it.
kids, let this be a lesson. Don't just drink stuff you don't know.
Especially if it comes from a 7-foot-tall man wearing a mask.
And especially if he has a panel band. Please do not.
I don't have a panel van.
Not anymore.
They don't have to know that. So, leading up from last time. So, previous time we played Curse of Strahd, you got together in Mornhaven, took one of the contracts, bounty contracts in the tavern, and found yourselves in a land no one's really heard of before. Doing a little bit of walking around, digging, trying to find yourselves. You are presented with an empty house in order to spend the evening. Upon entering this house, you find yourselves locked inside. You are not sure who locked you inside or why, but at this point, there seems to be little to no escape. So, I should have changed my DM screen to include dark vision. Can all of you quickly let me know who of you actually has dark vision and how far? I think Mike definitely doesn't. So I'm playing human. So draw 120 if I remember.
60 feet.
60.
Apparently.
Oh wait, you're not playing draw, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay,
Up
so
there.
60.
Vision 60 feet.
Also?
Yeah.
That must be a patron ability.
It's only the human fighter.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, I'm not gonna give too much away.
Okay, so that does mean that our fighter is kind of at a loss currently as she is unable to see what is going on inside of the house where you are currently finding yourselves. So starting off, we have, and I'm gonna switch cameras for this, so it's gonna make all of our lives a lot easier. Switching back, seeing as I need to find out which audio capture device I'm using, as that is not added to that particular profile. Sorry, give me a few seconds quickly. And that is looking a hell of a lot better. Okay, so we have, seeing as no one else has built images yet, our human fighter,
Do that one in the work.
our orc paladin, our elf-kind rogue, and simply because I really don't have anything else for you, Mike, our warlock.
So that's like.
I do feel that Lily's very proud of herself, as I don't think you can get any skinnier than that.
No, you cannot. But that's Lily's not anorexic people. But that's fine. I shall organize a meeting. Don't worry. Don't fret.
Yeah, we'll chat about miniatures offline. So, you find yourselves in the house. So the first one entering there, it's number 2, I believe. It's a little bit the light is reflecting. So the lowest number you can see there. No, the lowest number you can see engraved on there. Yes. Can you pass me that covering, please? And then place all of your miniatures inside there, as you are now inside the house. So, you find yourselves inside a fairly well-made house. The walls are paneled with dark, rich hardwood. You haven't really come across this before, but you do notice quite a lot of mahogany accents around the walls, which some of you are aware is a really expensive hardwood. From where you are standing, the door lies to the west. So, in case any of you were wondering, the actual specific layout of the house is relevant to our layout in the real world. So, when it's north, south, east, and west is actually the way it will be in the house. Yes. North is to me. Everything points to me. Sorry, was that a little bit egocentrical?
Just a little.
So to the north wall has quite a bit of wooden paneling, and you see to the south a family crest on a shield. It's a stylized golden windmill on a field of red. So, for the uninitiated, that means the background is red. It's not an actual literal field. The background is red, and the center of the shield is a golden stylized windmill. Flanked on either side is portraits of what appears to be a family. There is a mother, a father, and two young children, a boy and a girl. Just to the left of this wall with these portraits and family crest, on the eastern side of the room, there is a mahogany framed double door frame, presumably leading deeper into the house. The moment you step through this doorway, you can pass me number 2. You find yourselves in the main hallway of the house, completely in darkness. Golden, Lily, and Shadrach, you are all able to mostly see what is going on in this room. Mostly grayscale, things are a little bit faded, it's a little bit difficult. You see to your right a spiraling staircase, quite grandeur, leading up. Just before you reach the staircase, also on your right hand side, there is a closed door. Opposite you, there are 2 doors and a small alcove leading to another door. Directly to your left, on the northern side of the house, there is an open fireplace. Currently no fire burning in it, but there is enough material should you wish to make one. On either side of the fireplace there are also candlesticks, as well as a few other spots around the room. Shanae, unfortunately, is completely blind at this point, as there are no windows in this room. You do see above the fireplace mounted against the wall, a long sword with a windmill similar to the family crest worked into the hilt, mostly the pommel itself. The just to find myself the wooden paneling on all of the walls are ornately sculpted with images of vines, flowers, nymphs, satyrs, and the like. What would you like to do?
I'm going to walk up to the fireplace and try to start a fire.
Okay, you do have a tinderbox on you. Well, you should have. Most adventurers start with a tinderbox. So unless you threw it away or sold it before you got your...
Sure, I do have.
So starting a fire isn't particularly difficult. So that is that orange glow,
Yeah.
which Ross is currently standing on. Sheardrag is currently standing on. So the fireplace is inside the wall. The glow is just the light of the fire. I tried my best with an airbrush to kind of indicate to that.
So,
I do believe I'm somewhat successful.
while he starts the fire, Letty will walk up and inspect the longsword.
So the fire starts quite easily, in fact. The wood is actually very dry, and there are enough twigs and so on, so you get within a few minutes a roaring fire, and it's the orange glow with light fill the room. I'm not really able to make out colors in the room quite yet, but there is enough light that your companion Shanae is able to see right now. The sword above the fireplace. Quickly roll me an Arcana check.
Is a grand total of 6.
The sword does not appear to be magical. It is a fairly generic longsword, although sculpted in such a way to be specifically for this family. You do notice that it is only mounted on some iron hooks and it's easily removable, and the blade does seem sharp.
So Letty will reach out and pick up the sword and try taking it out.
Okay. You gain a longsword. Can add that to your character sheet. Aren't you excited?
So the spear she is carrying, she will put down next to the fireplace and instead switch over and move it into
Okay. Golden, what are you doing?
So, I want to go over to the portraits and see if there's anything of interest, anything of the family.
So you're still in the original room.
The original
Okay.
room, just going up to the portraits.
There's nothing of particular note.
Mm.
They do seem unnaturally schooled.
Mm.
The parents both have a very stoic, straightforward expression, as they're posing for the portrait. And you do notice the boy is a few years younger than the girl. The girl is probably a young teenager, so around about 12 to 14 years old. The boy is probably closer to 7 or 8 years old.
Mm. Okay. Well, Calden then joins after everyone else, after seeing that, moving into the room. And, I mean, if I can still do stuff.
Well, so at this point, you are not locked in initiative,
At all.
so there's no time limit to what you can do.
Yeah. Well, so Calden then saunters in after everyone else, after having a look at the portraits, and moves over to the closed door that's at the opposite
Which
side.
one closed door?
So there's the alcove one and the other.
So there's one inside the alcove,
Yeah.
and then directly next to it there's two closed doors.
Right.
And
So
somewhat behind you, there's a third one on your right hand side.
yeah. So I'll just go for the rightmost one, the third one, over here.
So the one in the alcove.
Yep.
Okay. So, I'm sorry. There's actually two closed doors there. Sorry. So one as you're standing there, one directly in front of you, and one to your right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. I'll do the one directly in front of me since I'm over
Okay.
there.
So you can pop the large one open. That should be number 5.
Can I just say if it's possible to be in stealth while this happens?
Roll a stealth check for me, please.
Okay. Stealth check is
D20,
okay.
and then you add your stealth modifier.
Okay. So D20 stealth is +7, so that's 17.
So you are quite confident you are ahead, and then you open this door.
Cool.
You step into a very well furnished dining hall. The walls are still wood paneled, as all of the other rooms in this house thus far. The centerpiece is quite an ornately carved mahogany dining table, surrounded by 8 quite high back chairs, each with sculpted armrests and what seems to be very comfortably cushioned seats. In the center, you see what appears to be a crystal chandelier with some old pieces of candle sticking out, possibly still somewhat useful. In the corner opposite, or this wall opposite you, not as you enter, the one more to your left, there is a marble fireplace. Also stocked quite well with wood and so on, but unlit. Above the fireplace is a framed image of, taking back to our world, an alpine scenery. So some mountains, streams, very green meadows. Well, currently you're not able to see if it's green or not because you don't have any light source inside the room itself. And the wall panels in this room are slightly different. They're carved with deer galloping around amongst trees.
So I guess the first thing I do is, if there are no other details, is move up to the fireplace and start one there as well. With what's available.
And you should also have a tinderbox.
Okay.
Just double check that, in which case you start a fireplace.
How much can you use the tinderbox before you need to renew it?
So tinderbox, it's essentially a firestone and a striker. You do get several thousand strikes out of that. So as long as you don't lose it, you'll have your tinderbox for the campaign.
Okay.
This is the very short version.
So Lily will call out, Colden, darling, do you see anything?
Nothing yet. Another fireplace and a table. Might be the dining hall.
Very well. Were you going to start a fire?
Yes, let's get this place lit up. I don't like this darkness.
Very well, Shadrach and I, Shadrach, darling, do you think we can clear the lower floor before we go explore the top floor?
Yes, we should carry on looking, I think.
Right, shall you lead the way, sir?
So then I think if that's the case, I shall walk up until there's an open door here. Have you moved into the room yet?
Into the one eye.
Yes,
You can put me at the fireplace.
Yes, facing the fire.
So I'll walk
And Lily
to
will
this
follow.
unopened door. You
Fuck,
go
I never
into the room
printed
as
in
well.
Yeah, Lily
backdrop.
Lily will follow you.
I'll open the door that seems like it needs to be investigated.
So, you can pass me that one. You, for A, should be for A.
Mm-hmm.
You step into the kitchen. Kitchen seems well stocked. And you, being an orc, fairly hungry most of the time, is quite excited about this. So looking around, everything is neat and clean in its place. You see directly opposite you a preparation table with some knives laid out, ready for food prep. Directly to your left, you see a area or a cooking fire area. For some reason, my words are not working with me right now.
Is anything dusty at this point?
No.
That's
Directly next to the fireplace in the kitchen, you do see a door which your gut feeling tells you this probably leads into the pantry.
That sounds like the place to be. But it's pretty dark, right? Besides,
Yeah, so when there's no light source in here whatsoever.
so I'll make, like I can see, this little spot to make a fire, right?
Yeah.
Right. And then after that, I'll go poke at the pantry. That
Okay.
seems very important.
So, yeah, some of them are sticking a little bit, sorry. So the pantry itself is fully stocked with a large variety of things. Fresh tomatoes, recently dug up potatoes. You see in the corner where it's a little bit colder, you see racks of meat. On the one side, you notice a barrel indicating not ale as such, but it does state it's a honey wine.
Oh, whoa. It's a barrel. It must be tasted.
So, and some of the other,
The barrel's big. It's so cute.
yeah, it's literally drawn in.
Oh.
So you find a glass. Most of what you find is glassware. It's not really the more hardy horn and wooden mugs you're used to in the more unruly taverns you've spent the past couple of years. It's fine crystal glassware. And you pour yourself a glass and take a big swig. You are aware that you're drinking a fluid, but there's no taste.
Fucking spit that shit out, man. Like, and I'll probably be very boisterous about it and be like, what the bloody hell is going on here? I'm actually gonna, at that point, just kind of yell at the door and tell everybody that something weird is going on.
So at that, Lily will walk closer. Like what, dear?
The mead doesn't taste like mead.
How it is?
You pass the cup.
And Lily will take a small sip.
There's no taste. Tastes completely bland.
So she'll spit the sip back out and just put the glass down neatly.
Concord.
If she looks around, is there candles on the walls?
There are a few candles standing around, not really the kind that you'll be able to move around as such. They are mounted into the wall in order to provide light for this room.
Does she see a candlestick anywhere close by that she can use to light them?
Quickly roll me an investigation check, please.
So that is 19 plus 05. That's dirty 20.
There are you do find a few iron candlesticks empty, but right next to them there are a few unused candles.
So
in the
Lily
pantry.
will take a candlestick, 2 or 3 candles, put one in the candlestick, light it, and then start going around. And everywhere she sees candles or things that should be light to create as much light as possible, she'll start.
The moment you step out of the pantry, you notice on the opposite side of the room, so on the western side where you guys are, in the corner there's some of the paneling that is at first not as obvious, but you see it now, is a small doorway.
So Lily will walk over and then she'll just call out, Shadrach,
Right?
I found another door, and then she'll walk over and try if you can find a handle for it.
So, well, I mean, it's fairly easy to open a panel, and you look into a small enclosure, a dumbwaiter, something you're not too familiar with. Well, okay, Lily actually is fairly familiar with it, but the rest of you aren't exactly familiar with it. It's a small wooden box inside a stone shaft, about 2 by 2 feet, or 60 by 60 centimeters for the rest of the world, um, that goes up directly from where you are to upper levels in the house, presumably to deliver food more conveniently.
A little food elevator.
Essentially, yes. Right next to it, you do see a bell with a string attached, and also string leading upwards.
Okay.
So Lily will. Is there anything inside?
No.
So Lily will come and look at it. And if you can find out what's wrong with this place, I do think I can make nice life home here. Definitely change this into home. And then she'll go back out and call Colden. Colden, darling, are you still writing there?
I am. I just want to have a look around a bit more.
Do me a favour, darling, while you're in there, perhaps see if you can't light all the candles. Let's get as much light in this place as we possibly can.
Will do.
And then she'll continue in the main hall.
So,
where she sees
one thing I did forget to mention, in the dining room itself, there is 4 fairly large windows. Because it's late in the day, there isn't currently light coming in to them. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I do look if there are any candles. I obviously did the fireplace,
So,
so it's more detailed.
most of the rooms you've currently explored, there are a few candles mounted on the walls. Some of them, the candles have burnt out. Others, there is still a piece of candle that you'll be able to light.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll light that candle, and then as part of that, I also want to, if I'm walking over like to it next to the table, I want to have a look at the table. See if there are any details on the table itself. Dust, for example, has it been used? Does it look?
Roll an investigation check for me, please.
Eh?
Roll an investigation check for me, please.
That's 11.
Table seems spotless.
Okay. Yeah, after then I light it up, I guess I'll just move out the room. Nothing more there to see. I join the others.
So Lily will walk over to this room here and then
Okay.
try the door, see if she can go in.
Door is unlocked.
So she'll open it and then first peek and then see if she can't see anything and before she moves into
The room seems to be empty of occupants. There are, however, several furnishings. You do notice, first of all, the paneling around the room, even though it is as of yet unlit, the paneling around the room does seem somewhat different than the rest of the house, although still clean. Standing in front, or you see in the opposite corner, a fireplace. Very similar to the ones you've noticed before, also stocked with wood, ready for a fire, but currently unlit. Above the fireplace, you notice a trophy head of a hunted stag. And around the room on the walls is 3 wolves in a similar fashion. The head mounted on a plaque attached to the wall. There are 2 quite nicely padded armchairs draped in a variety of animal furs that face towards the hearth, the fireplace, on the one side of the room. Look where the orange glow is for reference. It's not lit yet. There are also 2 windows, but as I stated before, it is currently dark outside, so there's no light streaming in from that. Between the 2 chairs, there is a oak table that's with a small cask of wine standing on it, with 2 carved wooden goblets and a pipe rack.
She'll walk over first of all, and it's just energy. She'll walk over and use her tinderbox to start a fire in the fireplace.
Okay.
And then from there on, she will inspect the goblets, see if there is still any moisture in them.
The goblets are completely dry and dust free. What you also notice the moment you step into the room is 2 cabinets, one against each opposing wall, completely wooden, so not glass cabinets, both of them closed.
Okay, so she'll first go around and light all the candles that she can, create as much light, put the candlestick down on the table, and then walk over to the cupboards and open them up.
So, just find myself quickly. The one cupboard, the one standing against this wall, is unlocked. And inside you find a small box containing some playing cards and a variety of wine glasses, both carved wood and some crystal glasses. The one against that wall is locked.
Okay, so she'll take the playing cards, put them on the table, with a candlestick, and then she'll call out, Golden.
Yes, I answer.
You don't have to say you answer. We're kind of assuming you did.
Yeah. You wouldn't be well versed in the more clandestine arts, would you?
Well, I have, let's say, visited a place now and then I shouldn't have been in.
So if I ask you to open a locked door, could you do that?
I could surely try.
I could too.
Shadrach, darling, thanks, but let's try not to break the furniture before we go.
I just roll my eyes.
Carry on.
Okay, and I move over, following his voice, and ask, what is it you need doing?
This cupboard seems to be locked.
Well, let's have a look.
Think we can open it?
Doesn't look too bad. Move over.
What's locked?
I have thieves' tools. Does that help any?
So roll me a sleight of hand check.
Does it help?
Let's see.
You can use them as weapons and throw it at the orc, but that doesn't mean it'll help. That is true.
Plus 5.
Probably the worst way to die.
19.
You managed to unlock the lock. You managed to unlock the lock, and the cabinet creaks open, although it's still well cared for. Inside, you find a Just find myself again. I'm really not used to running pre-written modules. A heavy crossbow, a light crossbow, and a hand crossbow, along with 20 bolts for each.
Wow.
So Lily will squeeze in like these are quite nice.
Very
Would you be opposed to me taking the hand crossbow?
Go ahead.
Shadrach, darling,
right.
I think we found something for you. What's this? So Lily will at this stage pick up the hand crossbow and be admiring it. Is there any special carvings on them, or is it just plain wood?
No, it's fairly straightforward.
So she'll be checking them out. And we found crossbows. Would you be interested in a bit of
Oh, the high and mighty, yes, please.
Seems perfect for us, and I pick up the medium or light crossbow, and then also inspect it as Lily's looking at hers.
So Lily will, at that stage, Lily will put the crossbow in her backpack to keep one hand free while she moves sword in the other. And then I think we're clear on downstairs. Shall we venture up and see what's on top?
I guess I do want to ask, have you guys seen anything interesting in the other rooms?
And at this point, Lily will look around at the paneling that she's noticed was different and see, can she see something specific about the paneling?
Investigation.
Break for me that microphone. Oh, that's going to be a solid 3.
Yeah.
The walls are covered in oak paneling.
No, I haven't seen it.
You're not quite
Alright.
sure if they're carved or not.
Okay.
So no,
The walls are walls. I figured this out.
Well, you did notice from the outside the building seems to be brick and mortar.
Okay.
So it's a brick house with wooden
Wooden.
paneling on the inside.
Interesting.
so
It is a fairly common way a few years back to decorate the building, as paint wasn't actually readily available until literally fairly recently. So it was option one was wallpaper, which is also a fairly recent invention, or to line it with wooden paneling. Otherwise, you had the raw mortar covered bricks. So it's actually not that uncommon, although having a hardwood paneling is very much a high-end, expensive, noble kind of way to go about it.
no, I haven't seen anything interesting. Shall we go have a look? Maybe we'll find something on the second story.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's be wary. I do not think we are alone in this place. It looks too.
Something is definitely off. There's no dust. It's been abandoned for a while. There's no dust. The wine tastes of nothing. It's waterful wine.
It's horrible.
It's terrible.
Why?
We found a barrel of what
I drag him by the wrist.
There is actually wine in the room you guys are currently in. There's a cask of wine and the smaller cask of wine
Okay, but I'm going
on the
to.
central table.
So Lily will walk over to that cask, take one of the wooden goblets,
And I'll drag him towards her.
pour some wine in it, and just take a little sip, but not swallow it.
Lily takes it.
Lily takes a sip, but she doesn't swallow.
It's completely bland.
See, and she'll hand
I have a little straw, just a little bit.
It's completely bland.
Okay, so Lily will take the cup.
It's like you're drinking Castle Light.
Wow.
So Lily will take the goblet back and then walk over to the fire and toss the wine into the fire.
You do notice the traditional engulfing or lighting up of alcohol the moment you chuck into the fire, indicating that there's definitely alcohol in this drink, but it doesn't taste like anything.
So that covers it. It's not water. It is alcohol. There's something wrong with all of us.
With you guys,
We've established that there's something wrong with us.
I do. So
while you're playing D&D with me, so...
Yeah, we're on Valentine's. Anyway, so yeah, like in a suspicious way, I'll pick up the bottle and just see if the liquid.
It's a cask. So
Okay.
it's
So why
basically
even
a
in that
tiny
one?
keg.
Oh, a tiny cake. Okay, so I can't really see it from the outside, so then scrap that.
So the maker's mark has been burned onto the side of it, which is somewhere else in this book, and I can't remember it off the top of my head now, and I don't want to go look
Do
at
not
it.
laugh.
And it's not important.
It's not yet, anyways.
So our characters see the mark.
Yeah, you see the maker's mark. You don't recognize it as one from where you come from.
So, Shadrach, would you lead the way upstairs, please, my dear?
Aye.
And Lily will be
The Wizard of Wines is the maker's mark. The Wizard of Wines. The Wizard of Wines.
I hope I can find the very bastard that made this crap. Piece of my mind.
Let's figure it out.
Was there a maker's mark on the side of the barrel in the pantry as well? Probably couldn't see
Exactly the same one.
Okay.
Both of them are the Wizard of Wines.
So Lily will be right behind Shadrach as you head upstairs.
And I'll follow Lily.
I can see you're heading upstairs now.
Yes. That is why Lily follows, because you have to come behind her. Nothing can attack her directly from the front or from behind.
Yeah.
So, heading upstairs, you do notice that, stop that side please, the stairs seem to be made from a red marble. Sometimes it's not a good idea to make things precise. Careful.
Yeah, it's professional to it.
Probably safer if I do it before I get shat out for you breaking it.
Yeah, at least if you break it, then it's your problem. Still love you.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
Good. You shouldn't.
Keeping you on the toes.
Sorry.
The roof falls, everyone dies.
So if your miniature's not standing at the end of this round, it's dead.
Well, there's one
That's great. Alright, let's go home.
So we are officially all dead. Shall we have a beer and go home?
I just need to double check where exactly to place certain items.
You behind us up the stairs, right? You behind us up the stairs, right?
So,
Okay, things.
yes, there's things. Well, of course there's things. What did you expect, Mike?
Not Leon.
That doesn't save me.
No, it doesn't. It just delays the inevitable.
I can see you.
So,
Yeah.
Okay, so as you get up the stairs, directly where the stairs end, you find a doorway. Currently closed. Shortly after that, there is another doorway, double doors. And then directly opposite from that, on this side of the room, there's another set of double doors. They are so hanging, and in front of you there is another fireplace, also once again fully stocked but unlit. And above the fireplace, you notice a family portrait where you see the husband and the wife, which you've noticed earlier, along with the two children. However, in this one, the husband is clutching a bundle of cloths, and you notice a faint look of disdain from the wife towards this bundle. There are 4 suits of armor standing around the room. Full plate armor, clearly intended to be decorational. The helms are shaped into the heads of wolves.
Shapes on?
Heads of wolves. So it's kind of like a wolf's head sticking out, rather than just a generic gothic type armor. And then the doors on this side, the double doors, are carved with dancing youths. What do you wish to do? Yes. So essentially young people dancing.
Like sword dances.
Say again?
Like sword dances.
No.
Like young Scottish girls that are dancing.
Well, obviously it's girls dancing because you're playing on my game. I mean, preferably redheads, but you can't really see that from wood.
So then you will walk up to the fireplace, light the fire, and then observe the photo portrait, and see if you can't make out what the bundle of cloth is.
Well, I mean, it's a painting, so there's not really much you can see more than you generically would. The bundle of cloths, based on your best guess, is probably a baby.
So Lily will just comment out loud in general. She's looking up at this portrait. Looks like darling dearest dad may have had a mistress and a little bastard. Interesting. And then she'll turn around and observe, look at the suits of armor.
At this point, I'm going to, since I'm standing right next to it, I'm going to look at the suit of armor and kind of half look it from head to toe, and if it doesn't flinch, kind of bump it.
I do want to say, because this is kind of needs to proceed, like interacting with the armor, but like as we go up, I kind of hang back in the stairwell and seem to like just hide in the shadows or glide back into the shadows a little bit, so that when Lily looks back that other time, it's kind of like.
Roll me a stealth check quickly, please.
Let's do that, I think.
Well, as long as you roll.
You?
Yeah, no, Lily won't be able to see you.
Okay. So I'm literally at the back of the stairwell where I can see the room, but
So she'll frown but not mention anything.
yeah.
And then does she see him bump the suit of armor?
So the suit of armor is very clearly ornamental. It's meant for decoration. It's probably not going to work as armor for fighting, although it is still made of metal. You bump into it lightly, and you notice the few panels you bump into shift around a bit, but nothing much happens.
You can hear that it's not made for fighting.
Yeah, it's got a slightly duller thud than it should. Clang.
So look at Shadrach and left to right.
Standing right next to the stool,
It's up to you.
What do you think? Going in there and Lily will walk up.
Since we've been nice, I'll rattle on the door to see if it opens.
And the door opens. You're going to that room. No problem. I just thought it was a different room you were heading towards, but that's fine.
Is this door, right? This.
No, that's not. So currently where you are standing at the top of the stairs, there is a door that leads into the furthest room from me, and then in the center, yes,
Doorway.
yeah, that leads into the room you just opened.
And this is
An opening that you are not currently aware of.
Well, then that would have been the closest door.
Yeah, so
I think that would have been more appropriate. Sorry about that.
But let's stick Lily will walk up and into that room.
You find yourselves in a library. You notice the wall opposite you are four fairly large windows. I can literally double check where I painted on the stream.
3 and 4.
With burgundy drapes hanging over them. To the one side there is yet another fireplace, also ready to be lit, or there's enough materials for it to be lit as such. Directly in front of you, you notice a desk, quite exquisite, in fact, from carved mahogany, with a high-back chair behind it. The desk is very much facing towards you, so someone sitting there would be sitting behind it, and you do notice space for drawers on either side. You notice above the fireplace a framed picture of a windmill on an empty field. Situated in that corner facing towards this fireplace are two almost overstuffed chairs looking at the fireplace, and all around you, except for where the fireplace and the windows are naturally, are bookshelves, floor to ceiling nearly 11 feet high. In the one corner, you do notice a rolling ladder, allowing you to easily access the higher shelves with different books. And a quick overview of the room shows that most of these books are fictional poetry, history. Some of them first editions. Most of them, even the more informed of you, have never heard before.
So Lily will as she walks in, look around in amazement. Well, I call dibs. And then she'll walk over to the fireplace, start the fire, and put both pseudo-dragons down and tell them to stay.
Okay. So
Play here, stay.
there is, just next to the mahogany bookshelf, I forgot to mention this, there is a freestanding bookshelf going up to the roof with a kind of a walkway behind it.
Okay, so she'll
Yes.
she'll start the fire, put the two pseudo-dragons down, and let them kind of curl up at in front of the fire, and then she will turn around to that bookshelf and she'll first see what books there are, and then she'll see if there's a way around and what she can find behind it and what's going on in the room.
Roll an investigation check.
Don't fail me again.
Are you using my dice or your dice?
Yours.
You must call yourself my life.
He called himself dice, but they're locked in a baggie. I just kind of assumed that he's didn't get himself dice yet.
Mine are old, so I'm very old. So
well, I mean,
I struggle to see the markings on them.
we're appealing to the old ones now.
That is going to be investigation.
Yeah.
That is going to be a dirty 18.
Well, there's no such thing as a clean 18. At least not for you, and at least not for a lot of levels. No, so a fighter does crit in combat on an 18 from, I think, level 17 onwards. This campaign isn't planned to reach anything beyond level 10.
We are at least.
So, well, these books. Are you really surprised? Most of them seems to deal with alchemy, history, and warfare. One catches your eye, mainly because it has nothing. There's no name, no author on the spine.
So Lily will take up the book and open it gingerly.
So before you get to actually remove the book, as you pull it off, you hear a click. And the bookcase starts moving towards you, swinging open.
So she'll simply step back and.
Where is this in the room?
Yeah.
So that is that small covering that I've got there at the back.
This one, right? So that's on the other side of this part of the bookshop.
Yeah, that should be part 9.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
correct.
Inside, you find another smaller library. Now, these books are quite interesting, as they appear fairly different. Most of them seem to be related to summoning fiends and demons, and other necromantic rituals. The opposite side of the room, which I don't have a physical model for because it doesn't fit in there because I built my chest slightly larger, is a wooden chest with clawed iron feet. Standing over the chest, you see a skeleton in leather armor.
So immediately Lily will pipe up. This is her forte. This is what she likes. She'll look at the skeleton. Ew, giddy, how fun.
So to give you an idea, the skeleton is standing over the chest with one of his arms reaching into it. It seems to be fully inanimate.
Seems to be. Words every player gets. So Lily will realize what these are, immediately be a bit on edge, very excited though, and she'll walk over to the skeleton with leather armor and with a sword just give it a light tap on the hips to see if she can't knock it over.
The skeleton crumbles, falls to the ground in pieces. And you notice in its chest plate 3 darts.
2 what?
3 darts.
Darts. Hmm.
It's back.
No, in the front of its chest plate. So as you tap it, it kind of tumbles to the ground and you can see the front of it now.
The armor outside, did they have shields? Can Lily see where the darts were fired from, where they came from, the little barrels?
So the darts seem to be coming from inside the chest.
But the chest is closed.
No, the chest is open.
Wide open. And what does she see inside the chest?
A roll investigation. Just in general, you do see a lot of things. I just want to determine what exactly you see.
So that's 15.
There is a trap mechanism inside the chest that seems to be long broken. You do find inside the chest the skeleton's hand still clutching this.
So Lily will take the letter.
I do apologize. It's been a while since I've written cursive, so my handwriting is shite to say the least. To say the least. You're more than welcome to read it aloud, Mike.
Okay, so Lily will
Unless you want me to do so.
You're not too far behind.
No.
So Lily will take the note. My most pathetic servant. I'm not a messiah sent to you by the dark powers of this land, have not come to lead you on a path to immortality. However many souls you have led on your altar. However many visitors you have tortured in your dungeon. Know that you are not the ones who brought me to this beautiful land. You are but worms writhing in my earth. You say that you are cursed, your fortune spent, you abandon love for madness, took solace in the bosom of another woman, and sired a stillborn son, cursed by darkness. Of that I have no doubt. Save you from your wretchedness, I think not. I must prefer you as you are, your dread lord and master, Strahd.
Vonzarovich.
Does Lily recognize the name George?
Ah.
So Lily will tuck this note into
Bosom.
No, she's not that type of thing. So she will tuck this note into her satchel.
So that kind of confirms what you were thinking earlier on already. With at least half of that letter. From your little straw baby that you saw.
So at least we know now. Let's say Dreadlord.
Yeah.
Here's my problem with this, my dear. We know that he sired a bastard. Looking around me, I know that he was very inclined into the occult arts. My concern is why have a portrait commission? This is way too fucking on the list.
It's 9 o'clock, guys. Come on.
So I don't think the actual audio picks it up, but there's a church bell ringing in the background.
Yes.
For reference.
My concern is why have a portrait made with you holding stillborn? It doesn't make sense. You don't have portraits made of stillborns. Why would they make a portrait of him holding a stillborn?
Well, only you would make a portrait of is your firstborn. Unless something has happened.
But if you look at the portrait in the hall,
There's 2 other children.
In the library, which is literally in the room next door.
in the library, but isn't there one above the fireplace as well?
Sorry, in the room, yeah. So, in the hall.
If
The
we
one
look,
in the library is
yeah.
the window.
So if we look at the portrait in the hall, then I'm pretty sure the portraits of the entrance in the main hall as well, there are already children there. They're not his first.
So what's so special about it?
What was so special about the stillborn? Unless, and Lily just trails off, she doesn't say anything further. She'll see what else she can find in the chest.
Not really much. You do find 3. Well, not really much is also not true at all. You find 3 blank books, each with a black leather cover. You ballpark them to be about 20-25 gold each worth. There's also 3 scrolls, spell scrolls, no less. Bless, protection from poison, and spiritual weapon. Beyond that, just give me a moment to finish there. Beyond that, you also find the deed to the house you are currently in. You find a deed to a windmill and a signed will. The will is signed Gustav and Elizabeth Durst, and it bequeaths the house, the windmill, and all other family property to Rosavalda and Thornbolt Durst in the event of the parents' death.
Rosavalda and
Thornbolt. Give me spellings.
got the gist of it. It's fine.
All of which appear to be quite new, actually.
So she will take both deeds and put those in her pockets, as well as the scrolls, and then one of the books, just one.
Okay.
The other two she'll pick up and walk over to the desk. Well, some scrolls, the letter I found, and these books. Apparently, even though the portrait was sketched with stillborn, he left everything in the family name to Rosalda and Thornbolt Durst. So this is the Durst residence. Can't find anything else to use. Well, the books.
No reference to Limp Bizkit.
The books will take me a while to decipher, but it's definitely value in.
So the books are empty.
No, I mean the books in the small library, the necromantic.
You can quickly roll an Arcana check if you want.
But you said it's necromantic.
Yes, I know.
What's your comment?
That's why I'm giving you the option to quickly roll Arcana.
I just want to double check.
Plus 10.
Motherfucking what? 19!
So most of the books and what you've read, quickly scanning through them, the rituals inside them are bogus.
Absolute horse dump.
Yeah.
So darling dearest Daddy Durst is very much into necromancy, but the only thing he'd summoned with this was a headache.
Fair enough.
A headache.
Oh, no. At this point, walk up to Windling. She says that the mahogany desk and start rifling through those things, maybe going through the.
Roll an investigation check, please. So the desk itself, there are a few items on top of the desk. There's an oil lamp, obviously unlit unless you choose otherwise. A jar of ink, a quill pen, another tinderbox, should you accidentally lose yours, and a letter kit containing red candle wax for sealing, 4 blank sheets of parchment, and a wooden seal bearing what you presume to be the Durst family crest, the windmill. The desk, the drawers are mostly empty except for one item. An old iron key.
Grab the online key, then we'll seal. Cement
Just take note of that and add it to D&D Beyond later.
Sure. An extra tinderbox, just in case.
Never have too many of those.
No, maybe just one day I decide, oh no, your tinderbox has been used up! Why? Because I want to.
Because you can. Alright, shall we Shall we do number next?
Right.
So
And
you're
at this stage,
sorry.
Lily will just shout out of the hallway, Golden, you still there?
Golden or golden?
Golden.
Golden.
See you!
Yeah.
Which I don't see you at this stage.
So, by the time, or like just before Lily shouts that, I would have wanted to. Well, I would have moved past the first door, had a look inside, see they lit the fireplace, go back, slowly open the other door. Just
Which
before
door?
Lily.
So that one or that one?
This one, then the one next to
Okay.
where they are.
Someone just died again.
The roof falls, everyone dies.
Oh, it's your fighter. You guys are kind of screwed right now. You know that, right?
Because the fighter died.
Yes.
Yeah, Lily ain't that good with fight.
You find yourself in what appears to be servants' quarters. There's two beds with straw-stuffed mattresses. Directly in front of each of the beds is a small drawer, which at first glance, the drawer is slightly ajar and they seem to be empty. Directly to your right, there's another doorway that leads into a closet, and inside that you do find some servant's clothing. As you step into it, directly to your right, slightly behind you, you see, in a position where you probably would expect it, another doorway for the dumbwaiter, as well as a chain that you can pull, presumably to ring the bell.
So at this point, at this point, I hear Lily's call, but I keep silent because I still presumably be in stealth, and I investigate. Well, first of all, the straw mattresses to see if there would be anything inside. Mumbling something to myself about having seen people hiding weapons or something. And then
Roll an investigation check.
all right.
I'll pour the rest of my beer. And I've very nearly got the wrong bottle.
You know what's the problem with beer?
There's never enough.
That's a 13.
So you check the mattresses
And then afterwards, if there's nothing there, the drawers, the two drawers.
you find absolutely nothing.
Okay, so at this point, I have a look at the bell, but I don't ring it, and having seen nothing else. Okay. It's like
Ignore
pressing the
him.
red button.
Ignore him.
And
Don't bring the dinner bell.
I move over to Lily in the other room, and I say, sorry about that. Nothing much to be seen from what I've investigated. Hey?
Came out the shadows.
Yeah, actually, hey.
Did you start to Lily or not?
Like if it happens unintentionally, but let's see.
Roll intimidation for me
Okay.
quickly. With a charisma saving throw, Mike.
I don't have
You walked into this and you know it.
I knew.
That's a with intimidation. That's a 19.
Okay, so it's a charisma
Saving throw.
saving throw. Okay, so that helps.
Slightly.
Means I do have a chance. Yeah. That's an 18.
You're startled.
Okay.
I cast.
I want to say like as I come out, I just say.
Lily casts Eldritch Blast in his direction.
Okay.
I think that you need to roll an attack for that.
I need to roll an attack indeed. So that is. Luckily, that will be a total of 13. What is your armor class, sir?
Armor class, let me just check again. Is 14.
That's a miss.
Then you miss.
I just look behind me at like the smoldering.
So it's more a case of he does hit you, but your armor absorbs it,
Oh damn. Okay.
So
rather than he completely
Oh,
and
no,
utterly
okay.
missed you. So
That changes
armor
it.
class is based on a combination of your actual armor, what you're wearing, plus your dexterity,
Yeah.
depending on what exactly you're wearing. In your particular case, at this point, is because it's so close, it hits you, but your armor
Yeah,
protects
you're
you.
not. Okay, so
so
I
you,
would. Yeah.
you'll see a streak of purple energies heading in your direction, striking.
Ooh, Lovecrafty.
No. Striking
Usually it's
you,
green.
somewhere in the chest area.
Yeah.
And then dissipating.
So
So there's a slight scorch mark on your chest.
yeah, and I kind of joke a little bit, and it's like look down at it, and then just say, "Never playing hide and seek with you."
So Lily will give a very anxious little. I'm terribly sorry about that. Please do not scare me.
I just say,
And she'll walk over and very tenderly make sure that she didn't
"Yeah,
hurt him.
yeah." And I say, "That's alright. That's why I wear this."
Right. So I do believe we have.
So you are wearing armor so your friends can't hurt you.
Dog eat dog world. I've seen some things.
It's
Well, that is if you classify these as friends. Might not be there yet.
So she'll very tenderly look at him, make sure she
Yeah.
hasn't actually hurt him, and then I do believe we have a single room left to check on this floor. Shall we get to it? Please don't just vanish again.
Let's not do that.
Thank you, my dear.
Okay, so you are going to the door with the carved youths into it.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't look at me like that.
You
make me want to change my mind.
I do want to say.
It is kind of my role as the dungeon master to play the antagonist and have you second guessing your choices.
Bravo, sir. You
Just putting it out there.
Bravo, sir. You
Let me just
play it
find
like
myself
you
there.
get paid for it.
Okay, so you can pass me that covering if you don't mind.
10.
I need to just double check that. Thanks. So, you step into a fairly large room with nice darkish red drapes covering the three windows, or not covering the three windows, but hanging next to the three windows. The windows are open, but through them you do see the darkened night sky. It is fairly late at night, you notice, looking through them. Along with a brass-plated chandelier hanging from the ceiling. Several quite expensively upholstered chairs line the sides of the room. There's also a hearth fireplace on the opposite end. Same as all the others, there's enough in order to get it started. And there's a few, interesting enough, stained glass pictures essentially hanging on the walls. Depicts quite beautiful red-haired woman and supposedly beautiful men and some children singing and playing instruments. You okay, Ross? Directly opposite you, you see a harpsichord, and there is closer to the fireplace, a large standing harp, as well as several alabaster figurines, quite well dressed, adorn the mantelpiece above the fireplace.
So Lily will walk over to the standing harp by the hearth.
String snaps and slaps you across the face.
Wow.
No, that's every single guitarist's fear when they're tuning their guitars.
So she'll walk over and then just gently run her fingers along the strings as she makes her way to the fireplace to light the fire.
I'm gonna say roll a performance check for me. I know it seems strange, but there's a reason behind it.
There's always a reason.
Influences performance, isn't
It is, but also his ability to know if it sounds correct or not is.
So that is going to be a 16.
It seems to be in tune.
What is this? And then she'll start the fire, and as soon as she starts the fire, she'll take up a position and see if she can't remember a little tune from her childhood in her father's home.
Roll another performance check.
So that is 23.
Wow.
So you didn't really pay all that much attention to your tutor as a child when learning the harp. But to your friend's ears, what you're playing seems to be almost angelic. There's a certain sense of calm
So,
as you play.
So Lily will play the tune for a while, and then with a small smile on her face and sometimes just step back and investigate the rest of the room, maybe move over to the other musical instruments.
So it's a harpsichord. So
Yeah,
basically, for those of you not familiar, a harpsichord is an earlier version of a piano in which so it looks fundamentally the same, and for the uninitiated, you'll think it's piano. And when you play the keys, instead of a hammer hitting the string as a traditional piano, it plucks the string, so it sounds somewhat different.
So she'll again hit a couple of keys and she see if it's
Roll me another performance check.
and see if it sounds.
This warlock is a part bard, guys.
So that is only going to be 14.
You paid even less attention to your harpsichord instruction. And the melody being played here is not as eloquent as the one you were able to produce on the harp. And the sense of calm your fellow companions experienced a few moments prior is gone.
Yeah.
She'll simply give a little tickle.
I want to just Coldan just cringes visibly as if someone just took their nails onto a whiteboard or something.
It's not quite that bad. Doesn't make it good either.
Yeah, okay, but
It's not
a very jarring difference from the half.
Yeah.
So
She'll just give a giggle and should have listened to father. And
You preferred your harp instructor to your harpsichord instructor. He was the more attractive of the two.
Yeah.
I mean, she's noble. What do you expect? She has to keep her prospects open.
Don't get excited, Ross. You're married.
To disappoint her father. And then she will. Gentlemen, shall we proceed to the next floor, perhaps, and see what lies in wait for us there?
Alright. Just take a what is it? I guarantee you they were fitting with it when I designed them SolidWorks.
Promises.
Okay. So you step up onto the next floor. Very important who is taking the lead.
and then Lily will be directly behind
Ross.
With her long sword.
Okay, before you step up into the landing, Ross, just on the top of the stairs, yeah.
I do want to say, I do want to enter stealth again. Same as
Quickly roll a stealth check for me, please.
okay. 17.
Okay. You kind of need to find yourself, Ross.
No, I'm on top there.
Oh. I mean, you can be at the top step.
Oh,
Sorry.
is it? Okay.
Just not completely into the hallway yet.
Alright, down there.
Yeah, this friend kicking you down the stairs now.
What? The same time.
Or it doesn't have much finesse.
Yeah, this orc has about the same amount of finesse as a loaf of bread.
Squashed it.
So,
I
as
feel like
you're,
you was for that.
as you're walking up the red marble staircase, Shadrach, you noticed first, who's second?
Lily.
Lily. Holden and Shanae, not quite yet. There is a stark difference between this floor and the previous two floors in terms of cleanliness. This floor is almost excessively dusty, littered with cobwebs, old, run down, ramshackled. More what you would have expected when looking at the exterior of the house. A direct contrast to the previous two floors. It's fun. There are the wall paneling here are made of oak, similar to what you found downstairs, although not all around. With some oil lanterns mounted alongside it. Most of them, well, all of them unlit currently. And the paneling are engraved with wooden scenes of trees, falling leaves, and tiny little creatures frolicking around. You see in the middle of the room another suit of animated armor. Armor, fuck. You see another suit of armor. It's been a very long week. I'm very tired. You see another suit of armor standing in the middle, similar to the ones downstairs. As you're heading up, there's a small alcove to the right, leading to double doors. Directly behind, two doors. Directly next to the suit of armor, there is a single door opening. Two door openings in the corner leading to presumably different rooms. There seems to be no way up from here. What do you wish to do?
Is there any torches on the wall or anything like that?
There's a few oil lamps unlit.
On the walls or what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk around and kind of just like get one or two of those.
So the moment you step forward, the armor animates and attacks you.
So there we have animated armor.
Animated armor, it's animated armor, guys.
Oh, fucking hell.
I thought it was just armor.
Holy
It's
hell.
actually animated.
So lovely. So lovely.
You guys are bastards.
You just had to. Luckily, it wasn't like the first time we saw the armor that you.
That's a big move. That was a big move.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll shit my pants if the arm opens.
I know.
Imagine standing right next to it and it starts clanking on its own.
Yeah.
Imagine standing next to it and you get a wallop on the side of the head, like.
You're gonna definitely hear it before you walk.
So the armor itself doesn't actually have weapons as such. As a result, it slams into you as you're stepping forwards, and that is, lucky for you, a very good roll. A total of 10.
Damage.
No, 10 to hit.
Oh.
It's your AC.
Which means it should be less than your AC. Wrong game, Ross. You don't get to roll saving throws here when someone attacks you. Actually, know what your AC is.
16.
Yes. So that misses. Like I said, very good roll for you. But it is definitely in motion and clearly hostile. So with that, everyone, please roll me initiative. And now I need to kind of get all of your trackers ready. It should be on your hand. Yeah. Give me your hand.
I can't find it on my own.
At the very
Oh, there's no syrup. Yeah, I saw it. I didn't go yet.
Okay. So 25 to 20. I know this is high for first level. 20 to 15.
16.
15.
Wow. 15 to 10.
I got 13. So.
Ah, so your paladin 10 to 5.
+1, so 9. This one is 9.
And the very good news for you lot.
It goes
The
last.
back end.
So, top of the round. Lily with Golden on deck.
Okay, so as Lily is still at the bottom of the wall, not fully up, she will move up just so that she has.
Sorry,
space.
who grabbed the crossbows downstairs?
I think all three of us.
I grabbed a hand crossbow, he grabbed the light crossbow.
You've got the heavy. Okay. Because you can actually start using those.
Yeah.
I'm just going to quickly add them for you.
So Lily will move up till she has a clear line of sight, and then she will cast Eldritch Blast in an attempt to hit the sort of arm. So that will be.
Does she call it out? Like, does she make a noise?
Eldritch Blast. No, she doesn't. I just want to double check the somatics. Verbal and somatics, so she'll can't in a language that you don't necessarily understand, and then out of her hand she will the same purple that streak of energy that hit you would.
I wince a little bit when I see it.
Would again flare up, and then she will point the skeleton and cast it, and that will be 23 to hit.
Oh, that definitely hits.
And then it will be. What is that? A total of 6 damage.
I'll mark that down momentarily. I can find myself looking this book, which is always easier. This book is full. can you believe it? This book is actually
Fucking fool.
I don't know of anyone else that has managed that in the past.
What finished the book?
Completely full of book. There's like one page left.
Well done.
So you did 6 damage.
6 damage.
Okay. Colden with Shedrack on deck.
Okay, so immediately when I see everything happening, I go to one knee, pull out the crossbow. Still in stealth, obviously.
Okay, so I did add crossbows. I'm quickly adding your longsword.
Light crossbow. Thanks.
I did add a long sword to
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, so you should be able to see on D&D Beyond the actual
Oh, it
stats
actually
for
changed it.
crossbow.
Sweet.
Well, I mean, if you don't have a light crossbow, then
You can just give me that.
I did add it. So if you didn't add it before, you might just want to equip it.
Oh, okay.
Because you took, okay, yeah, so I see on, no, that's Lily's. Yeah, so you've got crossbow bolts, 20, and crossbow light.
Okay, do I actually need to equip it to get it into my actions?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I'll just do that quickly.
So enigiets oor, Mike.
Nee,
Asseblief.
gaan ons help ons.
Sure.
Dagger disguise. I'm not seeing it here.
You will have to refresh.
Okay, they are equipped, so if you refresh, it'll show up.
Oh, did you equip it for me? Thanks, Yanni. Let me go
Summon
back.
to refresh.
Yeah. Okay, let's just refresh that. Okay, I don't know why it's not refreshing. Anyway, can you tell me the stats? I mean,
Okay,
I'll just write
so-
it down for now.
It is +5 to hit, and it does 1d8 plus 3 damage, piercing damage.
Okay.
Range is 80/320, so as long as you're not within melee range, you're good.
Okay. And then just for the combat point again, what do you throw initially to
D20 to hit.
hit, and the +5 goes? Is that
So you roll your d20 and you add your +5.
So that's 10?
So it's 15 to hit.
No. It's 10 to it. You roll a 5.
Oh.
I rolled a 5, yeah. So plus the modifier is a 5.
Okay, yeah, so that misses.
Oh, it just misses straight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shedrack with Shanae on deck.
I wanted to do this all my fucking life. I have a net.
Oh no. You're
Go for it.
Isn't this that other rule you talked about that you
I
said?
spoke of a lot of rules.
The one where it's like either an extremely epic win or extremely epic fail.
Oh, the emphasis roll.
Yeah.
So that technically applies more to abilities than to attack rolls.
Okay.
So
It does not state what I do need to roll on this, so you'll have to just help me a little bit of it.
in that case, it can be an emphasis roll.
Yeah, so it doesn't state what, it just says it's bludgeoning damage.
For a net.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Damage type bludgeoning.
I do not believe you.
Have you never bludgeoned someone with a net?
Or maybe it's the weight behind it, that's also
Yeah.
not. It's probably
Yeah.
a thick hemp rope that's
This is some
knotted.
serious shit BDSM shit.
Yeah.
Don't get excited, Mike.
Damn it. I thought
This is the wrong dungeon mastering session.
Oh, that would
It
explain a
also
lot.
says if you have proficiencies, and I can't see under my proficiencies, it says martial weapons and simple weapons. So I don't know what
Yeah, so net is not actually either one of those.
Okay.
Do you perhaps have a fisherman background?
No, gladiator. That's how I could get the net and javelin.
Alright, there we go.
Okay, so for some reason I don't really get a lot of information from that, so I'm going to say roll a dexterity check for me.
Oh gosh, okay.
Yeah, I mean it's throwing,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
ranged, so it's more close to dexterity than strength.
Okay. 12. Neat.
12. Well, remember you get to add your dexterity modifier to that because you're rolling dexterity.
Both dex modifier and saving is both plus 0, so
Well, your saving will be higher, but it's not a saving throw. So
Yeah.
12 does miss. You see as Shedrack chucks his net, and then he's not quite comfortable with it yet. he was a different kind of gladiator. And the net just kind of falls between him and the suit of armor, and there's this deep rumbling laugh emanating from the armor as you miss. Shanae, you're currently at the bottom of the stairs.
so
You fell it down.
You do have 30 feet of movement. Basically, one step there is equal to 5. Yeah, and then so 6 squares. Frost, did you lose your wife?
Again.
Can't believe it.
Okay. Here's the one. So 1, 2, 3, 4 before you get to the.
Okay.
So 20, 20.
Okay.
Is it fun?
Yeah, you've got 30 feet of movement, so you can still go another 2 squares if you really wanted to.
And I'll move in with my warhammer.
Go for it. Roll for attack. D20.
Wow. Probably has the base weapon. DC, your mind?
Yeah, I shouldn't have modifier.
1d8 plus 5.
No. So the modifier is ahead of that. So there's 2 stats. There's a plus with a number.
Oh, plus 5.
That's your modifier. So 21. That definitely hits. So Warhammer. Now you did not specify this partially because D&D Beyond the app doesn't actually show it, but it is a versatile weapon, meaning you can either use it with only one hand
2 hands.
or with 2 hands. Now, if you use it with 2 hands, you don't get your shield, so your AC is a little bit lower, but you do get to roll 1d10 instead of 1d8. And it's still plus 3 on that.
Ooh.
So it's 4 plus 3. So it doesn't change if it's one-handed or to the modifier, it just stays the same. It's only the dice that changes. So that is 4 damage. Let me quickly double check him. It's still good. There's a slight dent in his head, but he might have seen worse. You don't know.
Just ask him so I make sure. That's the modifier to whatever you ask me to roll then.
I don't know.
I'm asking you. Yeah, without touching the screen.
Okay,
Like
so
you.
yeah, so that is your hit. So it says hit DC, so that's your modifier that you add to your hit dice.
You roll, you ask me to do the dex or whatever. So then
Well, yeah, except that your dex modifier looks different than that. So on a weapons attack, you oftentimes get a proficiency modifier plus the ability modifier, and that changes up. So for instance, you guys currently should have a proficiency modifier. I think it's 2, most of you. Proficiency bonus is at plus 2. So on a attack that is based on strength, you'll add your strength modifier, which in your case, your strength is a plus 3 plus your proficiency modifier plus 2. So when you roll an attack, it's plus 5. But for roll you ask you for a strength check, it's only plus 3 because you don't necessarily have proficiency on that. That's what happened with the net. Yeah. So with the net, because you don't have proficiency, it's just your dexterity, so plus 0. The moment you've got proficiency, you get to add that +2.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, now it is the armor's turn, and it has a choice between two characters. So, in a case like this, the dice gods decide who it hits. And it hits Shanae. He lunges forward, arms out, trying to strike you with the full force of its chest, and that is a 10 to hit you. So what's your armor class? AC.
Swing left all the way.
You do not currently have your shield active. You don't.
Versatile, so it's only
Yeah.
you don't have a shield attack, so you use your 2 hands.
So it's -2, so it puts you on a 16. That is still way above what he is hitting you with. So you are fine. You're a little bit too fast for him, and the slight glancing blow just brushes off. Lily, what are you doing with Colden on deck?
So, Lily's going to try something.
Ooh.
Don't know if this is going to work.
Ooh.
Lily will cast Toll the Dead.
What did it?
Toll the Dead.
Okay, I don't think that's actually going to do anything.
I don't think so, but it doesn't specify living or not. The point at one creature you can see within range, and the sound of glorious bells fills the air around it. For a moment, the target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw.
Fair enough.
DC wisdom saving throw 13.
Yeah, so it's your spell's casting DC. So wisdom. That is a sum total of 5.
And tell me he has lost some of his health points,
Yes, he did.
which means that the
It's
damage
1d12.
goes up from a D8 to a D12.
So as long as you don't roll a 1, it's fine.
So that is going to be a full-on 10.
So he is, as much as an animated suit of armor can be, bloodied.
He got them days on.
For the uninitiated amongst you, that means he is over half HP. Or he's got less than half of his HP left. So, Colden, your turn with Shedrick on deck.
Yeah. So staying on my knee, I simply reload the crossbow after I. Am I still in stealth, by the way? I'm guessing.
You lost stealth because you shot,
Yeah.
but you currently do have friendlies within close combat range, so you still get to add your stealth attack modifier
Perfect. If I hit.
if you hit.
So reload the crossbow, firing it again.
I think reloading the crossbows actually takes a full turn.
It does.
I think
That's
so.
an action, if I remember correctly.
How many actions do I have?
One.
Then I would rather not do that. Even a
You
light
do
crossbow.
actually have 2 crossbows. You need to remember.
I have a short bow also. Like
You have 3 bows.
I only have 2. I have like 1 crossbow and 1 short bow.
No, you've got a crossbow, light, and a short bow. Yeah.
So, okay. So putting the crossbow back, taking off the short bow, firing that, and that will be then a 12 plus the 5 is 17.
That is.
Okay, and then is a D6, which is
Plus a d6 because of your sneak attack bonus.
just normal. Plus how much?
Roll both.
So 1d. So your damage for your short bow, which is 1d6 plus
Yeah.
3 piercing, plus 1d6 for your stuff.
Okay, so.
So essentially 2d6 plus 3.
Yeah, so that would make it 9.
9. How do you want to do this?
Oh. Let's see, it's a suit of armor. There's not much creativity with that, but I would just like to very neatly shoot the arrow into its eye slit.
So you find your friends distracting the suit of armor quite convenient. Especially seeing as the previous attack kind of staggered it and is trying to regain its balance, allowing it to really lay down, sight properly, and you see the bolt go into the eye slit of the helmet, and you hear this dull funk, and the bolt kind of falling back out, sticking about halfway in, just hanging there in his helmet, and the pieces of the animated armor just fall to the ground.
Margaret, that's dead. But if I remember correctly, there were 4 more downstairs.
So, Lily, in a bit of a rage, she doesn't like being attacked, will walk up, pick up the helmet, and chuck it downstairs.
Down the stairs or down the central hall between the stairs?
Down the central hall, line the stairs, like.
There's a very loud clang ringing throughout the house as the helmet crashes onto the floor at the bottom of the stairs.
And at this point, Lily will very loudly exclaim, "Is there anything else that would dare? Hello, now's your time."
We all kind of just look around.
Fine, let's see what other eldritch horrors remain in this damn place. Yes, Strahd, darling. Now let's catch my composure. Sorry, it's not very ladylike to be angry. Where would you suggest we go? Pick a route.
You are out of combat, so initiative order does not factor in anymore.
Well, let's take the room behind the suit of armor where it was. Well,
Which
that
room?
would be the closest door.
Okay. You find yourselves in a storage room. Several shelves, although old, lined with a variety of brushes and empty bottles. In the one corner, you see a broom standing. You actually step into the room.
Yeah, let's do that.
As you step into the room, the broom lunges forward. There's the reason why I asked you to step into the room. If I can find the correct objects. That is a 16 to hit.
Oh gosh. 5, 15, so that's the same.
So that hits. So I need to for an attack roll, you either need to match the AC or roll above it.
Okay, so technically 15 would be a miss.
Yes, so 15 to miss, 16 to hit if your armor class is 16. So you step in and you're lucky enough to have a helmet as you hear the faint thud, but you do feel it ringing through your head as it does. Why can't I find the dice I'm looking for? As it does 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
8 points. Jeez.
It's a 1d4 plus 3 and a roll of 4.
How much hit points do you have?
Sorry, 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
7, okay, well, it's a bit better.
Ever so slightly. It's not like you have a lot to spare. And with that, everyone roll initiative.
Here we go. Right now,
We're fighting a broom.
Not necessarily.
It's only in D&D that you can die by broom.
Well, I'm assuming the married ones among us might disagree.
Well, it depends how fast you can dodge a broom.
Are you talking with experience, Ross?
Well, like you just said, I got a good luck.
Okay.
3 HP left.
Well, that's fun. So, 25 to 20.
That's me.
What do you have?
20.
On the dice or in total?
I don't have initiative bonus,
Oh.
so I get that's
That's 20. Well,
Hey, I think that's the first nat 20 for the game.
that is.
Since, well, in episode 2, but... Yeah. Okay, so 20 to 15. 15 to 10.
Yep.
Was it from a group?
Yes. 10 to 5.
7.
5 to 0.
Fear.
So, top of the round, Shedrack, how do you want to respond to being hit over the head by a broom with seemingly no one there to control it?
I want to be angry, so I think this time the net's not going to work. Fucking swing a war pick, I guess, you know?
Roll for attack. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons 4.
Just imagine you're holding it
Yes.
and it's like
10.
Misses. Lily, you were right behind him in the doorway, if I'm correct. What do you want to do?
Then he swings her sword.
Oh shit, I got you.
Are you within melee range?
Well, it depends.
So currently he is standing between you and...
He's over here.
Yes.
Oh, so you do
Sorry, I don't have a miniature for that.
Perfect.
Yes, you now need to paint a room.
See what you guys make me do.
Yes.
Okay, this is thin and spindly, so...
Oh, it's Lily's twin.
sister.
Wait, I missed that part of your backstory. So, what does Lily wish to do?
I'll just blast it, but not really.
On a natural one, you do run the risk of hitting your friend.
Oh, fuck it. I have.
More friends.
I've got more for
Who's partially dead.
For 3 HP left, eh?
Oh, wow. Yeah. 80.
18 hits. Would have been very funny to say it misses, but...
So that is going. I don't think I have a modifier on it. So that is probably just going to be a straight up 5.
That is not enough to kill a broom.
The fuck? Yeah, that is going to be a solid 5.
So, the broom only has Shedrack to target and will be swinging around wildly, trying to hit you again. That is lucky you were 15.
Is it a 15?
Yes.
Sure.
So, Colden, you have no idea what's going on. What do you do?
So I'm being blocked by basically 2 people.
Well, currently you are not 100% aware of what's going on because you haven't actually seen what's going on. You, at this point, you've only seen Lily cast Eldritch Blast into a room in which Shedrack is standing.
Oh!
After you've heard it.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so I'll be like, what the? And I just move up to the door if I can move closer.
I don't think you will be able to get into a position where you can see into the doorway.
So basically, I'm useless at this
Yes.
point. Okay, well,
Isn't that fun?
that is great. I mean, I do the only thing I can do, which is going to stealth. Like literally.
Okay, roll sneak for me.
Okay, sneak.
Sneaky breaky.
Sneak or stealth?
Stealth. You are sneaking, so roll stealth.
Oh yeah, that's like 16 plus 7, so...
Yeah, you're good. So, Shanae, what are you doing?
That's less than useless. I get nog meer ook aangaan.
You can actually see into the room. The question is if you have a ranged attack or not, which I don't think you do actually. So you're standing there laughing at Shedrack, who's getting hit over the head with a broom.
And
Someone else's one.
So at top of the round, Shedrack, what are you doing?
Let's try this bloody war pick again.
Hopefully you're less dazed now.
It's 5, so 20.
Apparently you are both dazed and confused.
Man,
Lily, what are you doing?
Stole the day. You have to make a saving roll of
that's
wisdom 13.
I do believe I fail. It's a 5 on the dice.
It has suffered damage.
That is a 2.
Excellent. It has suffered.
Room have a higher AC of like 15.
It's thin and spindly and flies.
It's a case. So AC is not just how it's basically how hard it is to hit it, which is based both on the armor it's wearing as well as how difficult it is to hit it. Get pissed off and try and hit a broom with a stick. I dare you.
A flying that's a 10.
Damn, that broom better die.
How do you want to do this?
Yes.
So as the broom is about to hit Shadrach on the head again, there's this purple crackle of lightning around it, and kind of shatters from the inside.
So Shadrach, you a little bit dazed and confused. You look out and see this purple lightning energy almost emanating from inside the broom itself, completely splinter it. And you duck instinctively before the splinters can reach you, although you don't feel anything actually hit you. What do you guys want to do?
So Lily will look
So
at
the
that.
first player character almost died to a broom.
That would be you would never let her down. So Lily will
Especially at home.
walk to Shadrach and
Well, you're standing right behind him.
well, she'll take him by the shoulder and kind of just gently turn around. Darling, with me. And do you register?
Fuck that thing.
You got violated by a broom, my dear. And then and then she will check his helmet to see like if she can take it off. Like,
Yeah.
This dent isn't too bad. At least you have your faculties at least. Do you perhaps have a healing potion or something to take for this headache because it is coming?
It's nothing.
Oh shit, this is fun. Alright, how about you set this one out?
Yeah, I'll let you guys open doors next.
Yes.
Should never get dusty doors this time.
How about, hear me out, maybe just a suggestion, you fall in at the back. Just let they take hold and just, you'll do the better.
So, just an idea, Shadrach, you are aware of the fact that you can cut yourself
It just depends if it's authentic or not.
and heal, like, at this point, 5 HP.
Something, yeah.
So you do, it's a paladin class feature, lay on hands, that he can actually heal someone up to 5 times its
Sorry guys, I'm taking it off my
character level. So that's kind of where it comes from. So he's level 1, he's got 5 HP that he can heal someone.
Okay.
Lily will, however, while he's touching himself,
In the dark corner.
in a dark corner, in a dark room, small sanctuary. Did the suit of armor that they defeated have a shield?
No.
How heavy is the armor?
It's ornate. It's not intended to be worn.
So the chest piece, is it connected with leather straps or?
Old rotten leather straps, yes.
So what she'll do is she'll take out a dagger, slit the leather straps, and then just kind of hold this chase piece, half of a chase piece, in front of her as a makeshift shield.
I'll give you +1 to your AC.
And then she will.
Sorry, Ross.
And then she will go into the. She will gently, softly,
Gingerly.
open this room. Can she? No, she can't.
No, there is a door.
She will.
So where?
So she could go into either.
Okay, so no. Where the finger hole is does not automatically dictate where the door is. It's just where it made the most sense for me to put it as a designer. So there is a doorway from the opening hallway, from the hallway where most of you are standing, into that room, not to the other one.
She will go into this one.
Very well. You find yourself in a nursery.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Shit's about to get real.
The nursery.
Demon baby. Why the hell not?
Yes, absolutely.
Like crawling on the wall.
Running across the ceiling.
So you do notice, pretty much directly opposite you, a small cot. You can't really see much inside of it. There are also, let me quickly count on the stream because I can, 2 windows. Je kan pretty much nog gaan grijpen, Jill.
Ik denk niet dat het was
Let's just take one out.
It just did.
So, as you step in, you see directly to your left a ornately carved, well, a mirror with an ornately carved frame of cherries. In the southernmost wall, so furthest away from where I'm sitting, there is yet another fireplace. Well, pretty much the same area because it's a good way to channel smoke out. And where you enter, you see a doorway to the, or 2 doorways to your right, both of which are closed, as well as a small cupboard just next to the mirror. What do you wish to do?
So, not wanting something to come at her from behind, she will open this door and peek inside to see what's going on.
Well, that's fun. Open that door.
I am following Lily into that room, by the way. At least the big
I'm just going to come along. Boom. Factors have got you guys scared and running is fantastic. So, yes. This appears to be the nursemaid's room. Well, not really midwife, but the person responsible for taking care of the baby. Are you stepping into that room? As you step into the room, out of the corner, a spectre appears.
Nice. Casper the Friendly Ghost.
And with that, for the third time this evening, I'm going to ask you to please roll initiative.
Fuck off, Pascal.
Oh, that looks a hell of a lot better than my previous rolls.
Yeah, it's that.
It might help if I actually have the details in front of me. German versus English versus American English is two fucking different things.
Weak as fucking terrible eyes.
Okay, so 25 to 20.
I got 21.
20 to 15. 15 to 10. 5 to 0.
He is concussed and dazed.
There's them confused. You know there's a movie with that.
Yes.
Yes.
So, top of the round, Golden, you're not quite yet aware of what is going on, seeing as you are very much outside of the room.
Do I hear any disturbances? Do I hear...
You're dead.
Colin
Oh, dead. I'm just dead.
Yes.
Great. I tripped on my
Okay,
clothes.
so Mike just stepped into the actual room with the spectre, and then Colden said he will follow you into the nursery, so he's just outside the door.
Yeah.
The two of you are completely out of your shot currently.
Do I hear anything? Any disturbance? Any...
Roll me a perception check, please.
Perception. Oh, sure. 6.
Yeah, you don't know anything.
Okay.
You're completely unaware.
I'm literally just going to walk over to the fireplace as if nothing is happening there. And can you still do actions like that in combat if you don't know what's going on? Okay.
So interacting with an object is an action.
Oh, perfect. I spend my action on lighting the fireplace.
Very well.
Yeah.
Lily, what are you doing?
So, I'm going to try something. She's going to cast Firebolt, but she's going to use Infernal. I'll call Firebolt, Eldritch Blast. But she's going to use Infernal.
Okay, so just take note, you can say a few words in order to try and warn your friends.
Can I do that after her action?
Sure.
So she will cast Eldritch Blast, but she will use the Infernal Tunnel for it.
Roll attack.
And then she will. Will she know this is a spectre?
I'm going to say roll me a general arcana check quickly.
Okay. Just so that I know what to say. That is it. So that will be 9.
This is an ethereal being standing in front
So
of you.
she will cast Eldritch Blast, and that is going to be a sum total of 12.
That hits.
But okay, cool. And then I am going to where is my damage? That is 6 damage. And then will she be able to move and speak or just speak? Okay.
So you do get up to your movement speed naturally. A few words that you can say. You can swap weapons as you're moving, and then you get your action and your bonus action if you have the ability to take one, depending on what your action is. And you can do that in any order.
So she is going to step out.
It does grant this attack of opportunity. You are aware of that, right?
Is it within?
Yes.
Well,
Even though it's diagonal, it's technically within melee range.
Okay, that's fine. So she will step out, and as she steps out, she will call out, "Ghost!" And she will move 1, 2, right next to the crow.
So, attack of opportunity. That is a dirty 20.
Ooh, it misses.
I do not believe you for 1 second. Um, that is 8 necrotic damage.
And Lily's down.
Oh shit. Wow.
Lily does not step out of the room and shout "Ghost." Lily simply falls down.
Wait, does Lily move? Like, how does it work? Do you fall down at the end of your movement, or
No. Because she attacked Lily as she was trying to step out of reach, and that's what hit her.
So Lily does not shout "Ghost." Lily simply falls down.
So we don't know properly.
No.
Yeah, no fumble.
basically?
So, Sinead, what are you doing?
Did we yellily fall?
Well, perception.
Roll me a perception check with you.
Yes.
Yes. Plus your perception modifier.
19.
You would have heard a thud as something, I don't want to be insulting, fairly heavy hit the wooden floor.
In
So-
excess of 10 kilograms.
Yes.
Maar is dat bij telefoon?
Yep.
So you don't necessarily think much of it.
So you heard something fairly heavy hit the floor. Something like a sack of potatoes. Slightly larger, perhaps.
Shadrach in the next room closet.
Shadrach in the next broom closet, preemptively breaking all the brooms. Oh, I got it.
Oh, that could be a terrible book title. Shadrach in the broom closet.
Shadrach in the closet of 1,000 brooms.
I'll move towards the noise.
So you enter into the nursery.
Yeah.
You will notice, so that should be 3.
Yeah, I'm not going in.
3, yeah?
You will notice Lily lying on the ground.
Very good.
You do have, so you still have your action. So you've got a choice. You can either move into the nursemaid's room and try and attack the creature that attacked Lily, or you can try and find out whether or not Lily's okay.
You can also say that Lily.
Well, you can
Lily
say that
lying on the
regardless.
floor.
You can say that.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, so you can say that regardless. So,
Okay. I'll ask Lily if she's alright.
she's unresponsive.
Okay.
She's
Then I'll
unconscious.
Then I'll just move towards that motherfucker and attack with the quarter staff.
Quarter staff, let me double check something. You might actually be able to.
I think.
Oh no, that's actually, you need to be within 5 feet. Okay, roll your attack. You will do more damage with the Warhammer. Just remember that.
What?
So quarterstaff is also versatile. It's 1d6 or 1d6 plus 5 or 1d8 plus 3. Your Warhammer is 1d8 plus 5 or 1d10 plus 3. Actually, Warhammer is actually better currently. Single-handed. The thing is, so your maximum on both of them is exactly the same.
So single-handed is it 1d8
Plus 5.
plus 5, and then
Double-handed is 1d10 plus 3,
Yeah.
not plus 5.
No.
So your maximum on both of them is exactly the same. Don't ask me why it's like that, but that's
Okay, I'll
the way it
go
is.
100 full hammer.
Okay.
Duelist.
Is she duelist?
I think fighting style duelist because that is plus.
Um.
That's to 100.
Yeah. So dueling, fighting style. You did take dueling. When you're wielding a melee weapon in one hand and no other weapons, you gain +2 to damage rolls with that weapon. That's what +5, not +3.
That's why when she switches to two-handed, which should be more, it's actually just
It
plus
makes
3.
sense. Which does make one-handed more effective because you still get your bonus action.
And she can use her shield as well.
No. Shield is not a weapon.
No, but she can equip the shield. So her AC is higher because she's using it with one hand.
Yeah. A shield doesn't count as a weapon.
So you get an extra +2.
No. But that's already added to the.
That's where the
Standard
+5 comes
Yeah.
from.
No, the armor class. She gets +2
Plus,
to her armor class.
okay, Mike. You're confusing what we're saying. So she gets +2 to her armor class because of shield.
Yeah.
We're back on weapons. She gets +2 to the one hand because of the dueling feat. So, but that's irrelevant. What is your attack roll at the moment? That misses. Sorry. Shadrach. Are you saying? Sorry, Shania, are you saying something about Lily? Yes or no? Are you saying something loudly about Lily so everyone's aware?
I'll call for help, I guess.
Okay. Shadrach, you hear your companion call for help. You have an inkling of what is currently occurring.
As I walk around the corner,
You'll see Lily passed out on the ground
it looks a little bit bigger than a broom closet, so I'll wander in.
and see a ghost.
Oh, Casper.
Not actually, but a ghost. You called it a ghost, I'm calling it a ghost.
We'll stick the pointy end of the war pick.
Go for it. Roll your attack. Stab the spectre.
These fucking D20s are not doing me any good tonight. 11.
It's not mine. Let me double check. That just hits
Oh.
ever so slightly. Roll your damage. So the spectre is very clearly feminine. Old and, well, not really old, but very withered. So there's no nuts to kick.
Hey, 8.
8 damage.
No, 8 plus 3, so 11. Yes. I can count. I promise.
How do you want to do this?
Well, since I can't kick it in the nuts, I'll put the pointy in the solid temple. I don't know.
So you swing down, bring your war pick onto its head, and you feel no resistance as it dissipates. So, top of the round. Colden, what are you doing?
But it's dead.
Oh.
Top of the round, Colden, what are you doing?
Okay.
You are aware something's wrong. You do see Lily lying on the floor.
Right. I just turn around and can I actually see the room from there? From where I am?
You can see mostly into the room.
Okay, so I literally squat up from the fire I was just making, turn around, and I'm like, shit. I just see Lily lying there. So
Okay, so what do you do?
I move to
That's
Lily
what you see.
immediately.
And what do you do?
I try and resuscitate her, revive her, or whatever.
Roll me a medicine check.
17.
You manage to stabilize Lily.
Mm-hmm.
She's definitely unconscious. but she's no longer dying. You're now sitting with an unconscious warlock in a nursery. Most of you haven't bothered exploring. With a door leading into a hallway where you just killed a piece of animated armor. And another door leading to who knows where.
I take a candle and I burn the crypt.
Bother investigating the crypt first.
I'm kidding, that's not actually what I'm doing.
Fucking burn the baby.
So the crypt catches fire quite fervently as it's. Well, he said it. Don't say something and expect me to just let it go. I mean, the material's fairly old, quite moth-eaten, threadbare, so there's not really much to it, so it burns fairly easily, the material, setting the wood on fire. And the wood tends to burn a little bit longer.
So it's good wood, actually.
Yeah, well, most of this is hardwood.
No. I have a water skin. It's probably not going to be enough. How big's the fire?
Think of a baby crib,
The whole thing's on.
and the whole thing's on fire. And it's one of those fancy ones with like the veil over it, and, you know.
What's the clown bullshit then?
I just like
How close is the grip to the walls?
It's directly next to the walls.
So
And the floor at this point is also wood because you're on
Okay.
the third story.
So I immediately just start dragging Lily out of the room.
Fucking let it burn.
I'm dragging Lily out. I don't have anything, and I just scream out if anyone has anything to set this damn fire out, do it now. I'm getting Lily out of here.
Shadrach, don't you have a big pee by this time from all the water and alcohol you drank, right?
Then because it was crap. It was flavorless. True.
Can orc piss out a fire?
Have you tried?
You are you're a mighty orc.
I have a water
It's a
skin.
mighty fist. I also have one, but how much
Just
water
trying
is
to
in
do
one?
something else with it. I'll try to walk over to the bloody water, the water skin, the crib, and try and put it out with the water that's in the water skin and piss on it.
I'm going to roll my performance check.
Don't burn your wiener.
11.
Gosh darn it.
You managed to get some of it out of the water skin. However, your aim is a little bit lackluster.
Oh no!
At this point, it doesn't seem as if the fire is spreading.
Oh,
Okay. So I'm gonna carry on helping drag Lily down out. Oh, it's not spreading.
At this point, no.
I don't have to drag Lily. Can we have a look around the room and see what else can we notice about what's going on? That's not squelched at this point.
Well, so only the area directly around the crib is scorched. Everything else is still intact. Fire spreads.
how far does it spread? Like what?
It starts climbing up against the wood paneling of the walls. It is older, and so the wood is very dry.
The house is still locked. We're not going anyway. Can we open this little walk around? Just dragging anybody nowhere. Can we open here and see what's in the
You're more than welcome to try.
Thank you.
You find yourselves on a balcony in the open air.
Can we come back and open this one?
You have no idea that exists.
Oh, so there's no door on the outside.
No.
Okay. How much rope do I have? 50 feet of it. 50 feet. How many meters is that? That's like what's the conversion?
Divide by about 3. Just over
Divide by
3.
3. Okay. How far high are we?
Too high for the hempen rope.
Shit. Okay.
We come back and open this little alley
Now,
door.
Go for it.
See what happens. You can find the dumbwaiter at least. The bathroom, you know?
You find yourselves in a bathroom. The iron, the iron brass tub, clawed feet standing separately with a jug with some, it seems to be empty, and a point that should be running water that seems to be coming in from outside.
Can I go up to the so-called faucet and fiddle with it and see if it opens?
You can try, roll me sleight of hand.
Oh,
damn it.
how does it open to open a faucet?
It depends on how badly it's rusted.
Oh, 19 plus, what says sleight of hand? No, it's 19.
It opens. There's no water.
Oh, come on. Okay.
Old and rusted building, people.
Yeah.
Okay, so we carry on running through each.
Yeah.
So this little opening over here, I can see this door, yeah? No,
Yes.
So I can feel it, so I'm going to run to this one and open this one up.
Go for it.
If it wants to open.
You find yourselves in the master, what you presume to be the master bedroom. Directly in front of you is a double bed, quite large, in fact. Just find myself here. With a variety of objects standing around. Directly to your left, you see 2 cushioned armchairs facing yet another fireplace. Both of them well covered in dust and cobwebs. Between the 2 chairs, there is a old moth-eaten tiger skin as a rug. You see across from the bed a doorway leading into a closet, which, when opened, appears to be empty. You also find a vanity with a jewelry box sitting on top. Into the one corner, you see a small alcove where, with a table and 2 high-back chairs. And you notice in the corner what you kind of expected doorway for a dumbwaiter. Also in the alcove, you notice there's another doorway leading to another smaller room, potentially.
Where did you say the dumbwaiter is? Like,
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
This little
Yeah. And above the fireplace, there is a framed portrait of Elizabeth and Gustav Durst.
okay.
So, what would you like to do?
I want to go grab the little vanity, see if I can rattle and roll it.
So the vanity is more of a table with a mirror where a lady can sit behind to do her makeup. On top of that, there is a jewelry box.
The jewelry box is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
That looks like some kind of interest. Then after that is run back, grab Lily. Is she small enough to fit into the dumbwaiter?
Have you tried?
I'm going to say yes. If you say no, I'm still going to probably try. Like,
Might not help if you ask her.
some conscience. Like,
What
okay,
can
well,
do with some of the unconscious and
Well, you just try. Just try it.
So let me just, I think I added that, I just want to double check.
Okay, so fundamentally, with someone unconscious, you either need someone that can heal them back up, or you need to take a long rest.
Ah.
A short rest can work if you take hit dice. So you either need to take you need to take a rest, whether it's long or short's up to you. The problem you are currently facing is you have a fire that is that has started to spread. So you need to find a way to probably control the fire or get everyone out of here. That's in order to be able to take a rest.
So,
You're jamming Lily in
I'm sorry.
So she.
Roll me a strength check, Ross.
Oh, that's the wrong thing. Like,
Is anyone still in the nursery?
No.
well,
I
I
dragged
had
Lily
to
out.
run back to go get Lily. When
Okay, so
and then come back and then.
okay, but you're already back. So
Yeah, and
no,
then
you're
back
not.
and I was shoving her in. Yeah, that's right. So who's
You need to tell me what you roll.
19?
How comfortable are you with breaking her bones?
Well, I'm trying to be kind of gentle and like it's an emergency situation, but I'm not trying to kill her.
In that case, you're not able to squeeze her into the dumbwaiter.
Yes, so I actually put it in. Lily is 110 pounds. She's 4'7".
Even then, you are too big for the
Dumb
dumbwaiter.
waiter, yeah.
So it is too big for the dumbwaiter. It's 2 foot by 2 foot.
Sure.
Okay, I'm investigating what's after.
The jewelry box though.
Yeah.
You said nothing about the jewelry box when I asked you about the jewelry box.
You said you grabbed it. You never said you looked inside it.
Well, I rattled it.
Yeah, something rattled.
Not approved. Sure, fine.
It hasn't bitten you yet, Ross.
Yeah. Okay. I'm also in the room.
So just for clarity's sake, currently only Shadrach has actually used his water skin to try and put out the fire, along with his personal supply of fluids. Whoops. That wasn't supposed to happen.
I
I kind of need the 30 seconds one.
Say things while it's not going.
Oh, yeah. I scream to Sinead, grab your water skin, I run back, and I freaking get the water skin on and chuck
So
it.
as you step inside, you notice the fire has spread a little bit further.
Okay, I mean, I try. I chuck the water skin on it. Well, the water.
Okay, so are you throwing yours and Shanae's on?
I'll
Or
run
Sinead
after him
can,
and
yeah.
then
Also. Actually, while I run past Lily, I grab hers. And
So you managed to put out the fire.
oh, not doing that again. Fucking demon babies.
Is there a way to resus someone without any like supplies? Like just having good skills.
You either need medicine, which in D&D's case is a potion of healing that you will forcibly feed them, or you need a spell that allows you to do so, and you've already used your left
that,
hands.
yeah.
So your current best bet is to take a rest if you want to try and revive Lily. That is
So the short
literally
rest-
your only option. Say again?
Sorry, does a short rest.
So on a short rest, you get to roll your up until the amount of levels you have hit dice. So in Lily's case, I think it's a D8 because you're a warlock. So level 1, she gets to roll 1d8 and regain as many hit points for or a short rest. On a long rest, then all of your hit points get restored. So a short rest is 1 hour, a long rest is 8 hours. You are currently in the middle of the night here.
Maybe it's not a bad thing to wait until morning to do it.
Yeah, maybe we get into a room, we hunker up, we bunker up, get Lily in, take a rest.
So you are currently in the master bedroom.
Yeah.
There are furniture that you would be able to move around should you wish to try and barricade.
Yes, please. we drag Lily into the master bedroom, and everyone's in.
Except for
The ghost, please, yeah. And we
You can put the ghost in there if you want. There is a very dusty bed.
we put Lily in the bed.
Oh, Lily, you're getting put to bed.
After Ross started to jam. Oh yeah, she was already kind of half in the shoot.
Your ass was in the dumb winter.
Yeah, and I'm like, ah.
Okay.
So we push the chairs and stuff in front of the door.
Okay, who is all doing that?
Barricading.
Yeah.
At least I am.
Shadrach and Shanae, you're trying to barricade.
What furniture is in the room?
There's 2 chairs, there's a large bed, and then there's a
I'll
vanity.
grab a chair and try and shove it
Okay, so
out the door.
I'm going to give you guys an option. This is a strength check.
Okay.
Either 2 of you can roll, or you can say you are helping one person, and then one person gets to roll with advantage.
I'd say
Your paladin probably has the highest
yeah.
strength.
So
It makes sense.
the best would probably be someone to just try and help me.
Okay.
That would be the best thing. That fight.
Yeah, so even though 2 people are helping you, you still only get 1 extra dice.
No problem.
So that's 2d20, and you take the highest of the 2 on your strength.
What? You get like a 0.
Technically, it's a
one.
fail and a fail.
We're not actually
You
doing
get 2
push-ups.
Yes, I got 2 1.
No
What?
way. What's the chance of that?
I got a 1 and a 1.
Please take a photo of that.
So you kick off the door.
And send it to me. Okay, so you guys are struggling. It's almost
darn it.
as if the furniture has been nailed to the floor.
As if the furniture's been nailed to the floor.
It's as if.
Yeah.
Your
Well,
roll
maybe I should help someone else this time. Maybe the second strongest person we can see in the room.
2d10.
You really trust his dice?
At this point.
Never die.
Hy het nou net 'n een gegooi.
Really?
Net fluke, man.
It's going to be funny if that's a 1 as well.
Right. That is doing
Did you get a 1?
No, not a 7.
Oh, okay, sorry.
7.
7 the
Plus
highest.
your strength modifier.
That's 4 or something. Go all the way left.
Left.
Yeah, you're going the right direction? All the way? More, all the way.
Oh, strange.
Yep.
I am all the way. Plus 3. So 10.
So it's as if this furniture is nailed to the floor. You seem unable to move.
Okay. One final try, I freaking try and move this furniture.
Okay, you do not get assistance because both of them have tried already.
And they tried. Okay.
So you just have a straight roll.
So I just say like, just step aside, guys. I'm like, step aside. And then I
You
go,
guys are fairly certain that this furniture is nailed to the floor.
gosh darn it.
So you can still take a long rest should you wish to do so. Just bearing in mind, something might happen during the night if someone's not awake to make sure. Now, you specifically, you are playing part of the Fair Folk, one of the elves, so you only need 4 hours for a long rest.
Okay.
The rest of you needs 8 hours.
So, can like one party member skip rest altogether and stand watch?
If you are willing to take 1 point of exhaustion.
Oh.
1 point of exhaustion at this point means that you will, I'm going to put this down, you have disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay.
Which means you roll 2d20 and you take the lower of the 2 results.
No.
So what you can do is, and this is often the case, and I'm only stating this as Dungeon Master because it's mostly new players. What you can do is you can take turns to take watch. So, say for instance, 2 hours, and because you need less,
Yes.
4 hours, and then you rest for a total of 10 hours. So, both of them that needs 8 hours still gets their 8 hours of rest, even though they're awake for 2 hours.
Okay, that sounds good. So one of us is
your long rest is a little bit longer than what you would usually would do.
Yeah, so it would be a total of 10 hours, not 8 hours.
That makes sense, yeah.
So technically a long rest is as close to each other as possible, 8 hours within a 24-hour period. So even if you are awake for, say, if you're asleep for 2 hours, awake for 2 hours, asleep for 6 hours, it's fine. According to rules as written. And that's the way I usually play it. So if you want to do it like that, you will be able to have someone awake at all times while everyone gains a long rest.
I think that's good. The three of us take turns with watch. So
Well, Lily is out of action.
yeah, Lily can't.
So, in that case, I'm going to say everyone gets their long rest. It is quite a little bit past 10, sorry about that. So we have to call it now. We kind of should have called it earlier. It was just in the thick of things. So we'll be calling tonight's episode there. So you guys didn't do too bad, actually, believe it or not.
What against the group?
Yes.
I mean, you did almost die.
Well, I mean, technically speaking, you guys did go into combat 3 different times in one session.
Yeah.
That is fairly uncommon, actually. So, mark off a long rest on your character sheet, and then, Mike, long rest. En short rest next week and do whatever it does. And then Curse of Strahd will be returning in 4 weeks' time. Please do take note. So everyone saw me running the 30 seconds timer. I tend to use that for other reasons as well. But as of next session, you are all bound to the 30 seconds timer. Just finish on the bag. Bound to a 30 seconds timer during combat. That means you have 30 seconds to call your actions. It's not your entire turn. So as long as you call your actions, any dice rolls and descriptions can happen outside of that time. So just take note of that. That's just to make sure that you are aware of, well, make sure you plan what you're going to do. And then along with that, please assemble and bring along your Dice Goblin Towers next time, as that is kind of the reason why I got them in the first place. And then we will be seeing one another in 4 weeks' time. Well, I'll be seeing all of you before then, but we'll see one another in 4 weeks' time for this. And like I said beforehand, you unfortunately did not get it at all. Sorry, Ross. You did not reach quite that far. You just find the closing window before Paul says something he's going to regret.